Welcome to Competitive Figures as danced by Slavik and Karina. Now enjoy their own wonderful rhythmic competitive style.
Sabroso un ritmo que suena llamando mi cha-cha-cha.
Todo lo que pide, lo que quiere, eso mismo es lo que tú le das, comprenderás. Todo lo que pide, lo que quiere, eso mismo es lo que tú le das, comprenderás.
¿Qué cabeza tiene esa muchacha cuando piensa? Qué rico mi chacha, que para ella solitita y nada más.
Todo lo que pide, lo que quiere, eso mismo es lo que tú le das, comprenderás. Todo lo que pide, lo que quiere, eso mismo es lo que tú le das, comprenderás.
Poquito a poco, házmelo muy suavemente, que me estoy volviendo loco y no te borro de mi mente. Házmelo poquito a poco, házmelo muy suavemente, que me estoy volviendo loco y no te borro de mi mente. Házmelo. Ser mía, que has nacido para mí. Morena, date cuenta que tú eres la cenicienta de este cuento que inventé. Morena,
que también por amor entregó el alma entera. Por amor se confunden las aguas y en la fuente se besan, y en las alas de las mariposas los colores se crean. Por amor ha existido en el mundo siempre tanta belleza. Se pintó por amor, por amor. Soy de ti y seré toda la vida mientras viva. Por amor soy de ti, por amor, por amor, por amor.
Well, I'm sure you agree with me, that is absolutely beautiful dancing. Such true character and Latin rhythm coming through all the time. So well done. I'm sure all your fans out here, sure you're going to be going right to the very top of the tree and become world champions.
Well, thank you, Jeff. We're gonna try, and of course we're trying to achieve the heights of as far as world champions, and we're gonna work hard and trying to improve our dancing.
Great, good. Now, it's very interesting for me to see how much of the fundamental figures you use in your own competitive dancing. Can you tell me how you've gone on that route?
Well, we have great people around us, our teachers, friends, our family, which show us where which we should go, and we believe to them and we go for it.
Very good indeed. And how about you, Karina?
Well, believe it or not, where we come from, a lot of dancers learned from the videos you produced. They were very well known and very much used. And yes, as a young dancer, you always expect and want to have a sudden success, a quick success. But over time, you realize that the success actually is in doing a development, learning the rhythm, the technique, the posture that later on leads you into a successful competitor and be able for you to realize the character of the music and of the dancer itself.
Well, you've certainly done that. And that is the theme of our video today, isn't it? The figures we've chosen come from the basis of the dance, and then we're going to develop them. So I'm sure that your dancing will really be a help to everybody looking at the video. So our theme is the development of the fundamental figures, and we will give you the fundamental figures and then groups, so you can see how Slavik and Karina have developed them. So, do you think that's a good idea?
Yes, Jeffrey, that's a wonderful idea.
It will be great.
So here we go with our first dance, the cha-cha-cha. Our first fundamental figures will be the curl, followed by a Cuban break, an alemana, and a hip twist spiral. And now into group one. And this time, let's take this group through with the slow teaching count. Ready? And cha-cha, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Breaking the group down, we commence with the curl. Ready? And cha-cha, 1, 2, 3. Cha-cha, 1, 2, 3. Now we dance a quick basic action to bring the lady to facing position. And 4 and 1. We continue into a closed hip twist action. Ready? And 2, 3, 4, and 1. Now the lady dances the Cuban break rhythm with a slight difference. Ready? And 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. And we end with a hip twist spiral. And 2, 3, 4, and 1. Now a new idea for our videos. We are going to see the group again danced in slow motion. At the beginning you can see the perfection of posture and the weight of the body in one line to the floor. Study here the use of the legs. Whilst the legs straighten to create the necessary action, you can see how free, relaxed and quick the legs are in movement. Even in the supporting role of leading the figures, you can see Slavik maintains a body rhythm throughout. Now, look at the Cuban rock, New York's, and the spot turn. And now we move to develop these in group 2. And once again with our slow teaching count. Ready? And 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Let us take a detailed look at the group. We start with the Cuban rock. Ready? And 2, 3, 4, and 1. We step through the New York and a hesitation. And 2, 3. And now the rock. And 4, and 1, and. We now turn to facing position. And 2, and 3. Repeat in the rock. And 4, and 1, and. Repeat the turn to facing position. And 2. Recover and 3. Now replace and lead the lady to turn. 4 and 1. We will see the group slowly once again. During the Cuban rocks, you will see how the circular hip action produces a very strong rhythm and the ability to maintain a stillness in the upper body. The speed of the hips in the quick rocks and the reflected rhythm in the upper body creates the look of energy and fullness of movement. Another look at the popular Alemana. And we end with the lock steps, which will develop now into group 3. With our slow count. Ready? And 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. So, breaking the group down, we commence with the first 5 steps of the Alemana. And 2, 3, 4, and 1. Now we dance the check action to tandem position. And 2, 3, 4, and 1. 2 steps of a lock step. And 2, 3. Now we syncopate. And 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. Now the lady dances a 3-step turn and the man continues the lock to open position. Ready? And 4, and 1. Now we can study slowly the beautiful leg lines created by Karina, always shaped through excellent foot placements. Here we go. Now study the leg action here, the shaping and the rotation. And also you can see the focus of Slavik as he follows Karina in tandem position, and also his strong continuous hip rotations. Here, Slavik and Karina show you the open hip twist. Followed by the shoulder to shoulders. And end with a closed hip twist. And we develop these in group 4. And counting through slowly for you. Ready? And cha-cha, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1. Taking a detailed look at this group, we commence with the first 5 steps of the open hip twist. Ready? And cha-cha, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. And now we have this swivel for the lady to move around each other with a lockstep. And 2, 3, 4 and 1. Now we continue into 3 steps of a zigzag. Ready? And 2 and 3. Another zigzag. And 4 and 1. Repeat the first one again. And 2 and 3 and a hip twist action to fan. 4 and 1. Again, in slow motion, you can see how Slavik leads Karina with his body rhythm. Here we go, and the body weight moving in, and now his body rhythm leads the lady. And we create a very strong body rhythm here for the turns. And now in the zigzags, his own body weight and placement and shape creates the lead for Karina to follow. Now on to the Samba, and Slavik and Karina show you the open rocks. Promenade runs and the Volta, and we've developed these in Group 1. And now from the opposite direction to a slow teaching count. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, 5, and a 6, a 7, 8, 1, and a 2, a 3, and a 4, 5, and a 6, and a 7, 8. So we'll break the group down for you. 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. Into the promenade and counter promenade runs. And 5, and a 6, a 7, and a 8, a 1, and a 2. Now the back check. And 3, and a 4. Into a botafogo to promenade position. 5, a 6. And we end with a travelling volta. 7, 8. In slow motion, you can see how small the steps are to achieve an excellent batucada rhythm. From the freedom of movement in the runs, a complete body rhythm through the check to the voltas to end the group. Here you see the body rhythm still ticking away all the way through here into the voltas. And now we're going to develop the figures such as the whisk. Into reverse rolls. Backward rocks. A backward check, and we pivot out to promenade. And we'll develop those into Group 2. Once again with our slow teaching count. Ready? And 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. A detailed look at the group. The lady moving across to the man's right side. Ready? And 1, 2, and She now dances a 4-step turn to come into tandem position, and 3 and 4 and. From here we dance a forward lunge, and 5, 6, and continue round almost like a Volta action, and a 7, 8. Now from that position we dance 2 bars of reverse roll, and 1, 2 and again 3, 4 and. Now the next step is a check, ready, and 5 and hold for 6. And the lady dances a 3-step turn out as the man a foot change, and 7, 8. Watching the group slowly, you can see the absolute togetherness on the figures like the rolls. So here's the preparation, the pickup, and now the togetherness as they dance the rolls here. And at the end you can see the distinction in the male-female relationship on the turnout from the check at this point. Now watch the difference. The strength of the man, the softness and femininity of the lady. So now the next figures that Slavik and Karina are going to develop start with the shadow Botafogos. And now into the rolling off the arm. And we use the rocks to end to promenade position. And now group 3. Now once again in the opposite direction to a slow count. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now breaking the group down, we dance into the 2 shadow rocks. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. This time the lady will move out to the right side of the man into the rolling off the arm action. And 5, 6, and return to the man with a hand on his chest. And 7, 8. Now the man will make a ribcage action to make the lady spin away again. And 1, 2. And lead her back in as he dances a whisk. And 3, 4. And we end with the first 3 steps of a zigzag. And 5, 6. And take the lady into the next zigzag to 8. Let us study slowly the actions first of all on the Botafogo rocks. The Samba rhythm being shown beautifully, the hip rotations being used in each movement. Now the strength of the line from Slavik and the very feminine feeling how Karina dances these rolling out and in movements. Now into the zigzag, and watch the shaping of the bodies to make the lead for Karina to end the shape. The next figures we're going to develop start with the natural rolls. And the turning cortejakas. Basic to reverse turn. And we end with a drop volta. Now let's try and develop those to make up group 4. So, once again, with our slow count. Ready, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8. The breakdown of this group, and we commence with a 3-step run. Ready? And 1 and 2 and. Now into a 3-step run to point. And 3 and 4 and 5. Now this type of quarter jacques shaping. Ready? And 6 and 7 and 8 and. Into the reverse turn. And 1, 2, a drop volta. And 3, 4. Now a turning volta to a traveling volta. And 5, 6, 7, 8. The slow motion replay of the group shows the playful character of this developed role followed by the quarter jacques action. The pick up here into this run to the roll shaping and now into the quarter jacques. And you'll see the distinctive hip rhythm as they dance the quarter jacques. Again, a beautiful togetherness to finish into the volta action, and again the difference between the man and the lady, although Slavik's focus is still to show off Karina's movement. The first of the beautiful rumba fundamental figures that Slavik and Karina will develop into group 1 are the curl, into the Cuban rock, and an open hip twist spiral. Now into group 1. Once again with a slow count. Ready? And 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. Now, breaking the group down, we commence with the slow curl. And 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And now the runaway. And 4 and 1. The back swivel basic. And 2, 3 and 4, 1. The quick hip twist actions to the leg hook. And 2 and 3 and 4, 1. The développé through. And 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Into a quick hip twist spiral. 3 and 4 and 1. The slow motion here, we see the complete body rhythm of the rumba character, with the total focus of the character which is created between them. The leg lines are so important for the lady here on the swivel actions. Watch those legs as they turn in the beautiful close. Also notice the man's continuous body rhythm throughout the leading actions. Now the développé. Watch the control and the shaping and the use of the standing leg as well as the extended leg. And we end with a beautiful shape together. The next figures to develop start with an open hip twist. Now into an alemana. And we end with a closed hip twist. We continue into group 2.
esperanza, la sombra del recuerdo yo guardé.
One more time with our slow count. Ready, and 4, 1, and a 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and a 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and a 2, 3, and 4, 1, and a 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and a 2, 3, 4, 1, and a 2, 3, 4, 1, and a 2, 3, 4, 1. Let us take a detailed look at the group, and we commence with the first half of the open hip twist. Ready, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1. Now the man will spin the lady underarm and then check her turn into a low leg line. Ready, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1. From here, the lady will dance a ronde to développé, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and out into a tandem position, and 2, and 3, 4, 1. Hip circles, and 2, 3, 4, 1, a slow turn underarm, and 2, 3, 4, 1, into the close hip twist, 2, 3, 4, 1, and a 2, 3, 4, 1. Here we have a chance to look in slow motion at Karina's open hip twist and the quality of the movement as she uses the turn into the spin and then ends in the leg line. Now here is the compact position of feet and legs of the spin and into the leg line. Now study the use of the lady's leg in the ronde and now into the développé. Slavik has complete control throughout, supporting Karina in all this activity and controlling her balance, of course. Here she is completely feminine once again, showing the difference in her shaping to roll out from Slavik, the pickup into the close hip twist with a beautiful rumba action, purity of movement, and strength and character throughout. Once again, we develop the curl and continue into the 3 alemanas. These enable Slavik and Karina to dance the delightful group 3.
Te fuiste con la noche otra vez, marcaste con tus huellas mi esperanza, la sombra del recuerdo yo guardé, mientras llega.
One more time with our slow count. Ready, and 4, 1, and a 2, 3, 4, 1, and a 2, 3, 4, 1, and a 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and a 2, and 3, and 4, 1. So breaking the group down, we do the first 3 steps of the curl. Ready, and 4, 1, and a 2, and 3, and 4, 1. From here, we dance the next 3 steps into the 3 alemana shape. Ready, and 2, 3, 4, 1. Now the next 3 steps of the 3 alemanas, we're changing to a sit line for the lady. And 2, 3, and 4, 1. From here, we dance a hip circles to rise, 2, 3, 4, 1, and a runaway, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1. Seeing the movement slowly, we can understand how Karina uses an overturn of the body to create additional rhythm into the following turn. Now here we go with the open position. Now study here from the curl this overturn of the body to come back into the Alemana turn. Now study how every movement from Slavik shapes the lead for Karina. Here you will see his body rhythm suggesting her run away now, and here he expands and Karina feels the runaway action. Our final rumba group provides you with the New York. The zigzag and the circular hip twists. And we'll develop these into the final group. And now with our teaching count again. Ready, and for 1, and a 2, 3, 4, 1, a 2, a 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, a 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Now let us look at each individual figure. We commence with this fake New York action. Ready, and for 1, and a 2, 3, 4, 1. Now we dance into the first step of the New York again, swivel through to a lady zigzag, and 2, 3, and 4, 1. Now the man will lead the lady to zigzag once again. Ready, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1. Now from here, the lady dances continuous hip twist actions across front of the man into a fan position. Ready, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Using slow motion allows us to see the clarity and absolute action that belongs to the dance, to the rumba, and here you can see a New York dance with beautiful hip shaping and line. And then the contrast of acceleration and speed into the zigzag. Once again, the posture, which is so important to the dance, is obvious throughout, ending again so easily and with such body feeling of the dance. Now, in the Paso Doble, we use the very important lapel into promenade and counter promenade runs. Now we continue into twists. Now into group 1. And now with our slow teaching count. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 1. And we break this group down and commence with a quick appel into the promenade to end with a pivot. Ready, and 1, 2, 3. We continue into steps 1 to 9 of the promenade and counter promenade runs in Samba with the Paso Doble feeling. Ready, and 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 1. Now we continue into 2 sets of twists to end right foot forward outside partner. And 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now the man will take 2 steps turning to his right into a low press line, the lady turning on 1 foot in the opposite direction. Ready? And 8. And you can hold this for 1 or more beats. With the slow motion view, we can study exactly how the posture is so different in the Paso Doble to the other dances. Now please look here at the pickup of hold, the determination, the focus, and now the shaping of the bodies to create the Paso Doble positioning. Here we follow through from the promenade runs into the twist action and notice the body shaping again to create enlargement of posture and the true character of the dance. And look at this body shaping through the Spanish lines. One of the figures used by nearly every advanced dancer is the chassé capes. Now into group 2. Let's take it again with our slow count. Ready? And 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8 and 1. We break the group down for you one more time. So we start with the quick chassis. Ready? And 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. We step through 6 and close with double lapel 7. Now we dance this single beat chassé cape action with the ladies développé. Ready? And 8, 1, 2, 3. Now we dance the chassé cape and the lady to continue. 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. The chassé cape action and 8 and 1. The crossover and untwist and 2, 3, 4. Now the Cuban break action and 5 and 6, 7, 8 and 1. Slowly we can see the setup and attention to the togetherness at the start of the group. Please study the body shaping that Slavik creates now through slight rotation of his upper body and the hip positioning. You can see that beautiful Spanish look with the matador's chin that's created by the shape. Now study Karina's leg action as she dances this type of chassé cape, and again the change of posture to create a different character. And again here the use of the bodies in the twist action, and the difference here from man to lady to the ending to create the femininity for Karina and the masculinity for Slavik. Now let's see some of the popular jive figures. First of all, the throwaway fall away.
Just you wait and see. You wait and see. All day you cry.
And into the chicken walks and the flickball changes. Now they'll develop these for you in group 1.
The sun, but don't shine in my back door someday. Just you wait and see. You wait and see.
And this time in the opposite direction to our slow count. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breaking the group down, we commence with the type of reverse whip. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the man walks around the lady into the throwaway action. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we mark time for the man in place turning right as the lady dances circular chicken walks. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the lady dances a 3-step turn to tandem position. And 7, 8. And we end with flick ball changes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and lady turns. Slowly we can see the true jive action and the pumping into the floor required in this dance. Now see the playful attitude as they dance the chicken walks. And again we finish with the flick ball changes, and you can see the foot speed they generate. Now, side-by-side movements are very popular in the jive, and we'd like to show you these using flick ball changes. We continue into group 2. Now this time with our slow count. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breaking the group down once again for you, we commence with 2 flick ball changes. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now from here we dance a tap into a kickball change. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we dance a double flick action. And 1, 2. And again a type of zigzag. And 3, 4. Now from here the man will end with the 2 flick ball changes and the lady flick ball change to spot turn. And 1, 2, and round she goes. One more time in slow motion, you can see the awareness that Slavik and Karina have for each other in this side-by-side position. Once again, study the energy and the speed created with the flick actions. Throughout the group, you can feel the continuous jive action being danced. We do hope you've enjoyed the video and find it helpful in developing the fundamental figures the way that Slavik and Karina have done so beautifully. If you can gain their posture, wonderful rhythm and action, you'll be doing very well. Now how about one more dance? Let's see their jive.
Great big beautiful eyes, and I love to see you when you smile. The sun, don't shine in my back door.
Now, thank you very much, Slavik and Karina, for your wonderful dancing, and also to the staff and management of the Braithwaite Halls here in Croydon and Dance Sport International Limited. to Chris Day of The Real Thing Limited for the camera work and the editing the tape, and to Casa Musica for the use of the music we've used today. So practice your posture, practice your rhythm, and dance like Slavik and Karina.